Hey guys, Josh, Right Coast Off-Road. Figured we'd go ahead and do a H2 belt change for you guys. First step, get a 10mm socket and start running all these bolts out. We've already removed most of them just to make the video quicker. But you'll want to pull all these bolts out. Once you get them out, we'll show you how to take the cover out without removing the shock. Okay, so we got all the bolts out. There's also a heat shield back here that points towards the exhaust to keep the heat from getting to the belt, but that'll be self-explanatory. But the belt's out. You want to take the box, twist the back end towards the top at an angle from the front, and you can pull it right on out. Yeah, it takes a little bit of wiggling. Alright, so once you get there, it can come off with the shock still mounted. Just make sure it's on the ground. You don't want to do it lifted because that'll angle the shock in. So just remember, back to the front and up, and then kind of drop it down. Alright, so we got the cover off. First thing you guys want to do, back the machine out of your shop or your garage or shed or whatever you're working on and blow the clutch out outside. Because if you do it in your shop, it's going to be disgusting. It's going to get black dust everywhere. Not good for you to breathe. It's going to look like crap sitting on all your stuff. So once you get the machine like this, back it out, blow out the secondary, the primary, everything you can. So once we're there, then you're going to take a 10mm by 1.25 bolt. We like to use 2 on the H2. It just makes it easier. Once you get those, these bolts are from our KRX kits, so they're 13mm heads, but you'll just want to thread those in, not with an impact, with a ratchet, because if you do it with an impact, you're going to strip the threads because that's all aluminum. So you'll just go in by hand until it's all the way tight. Alright, so we've got our bolts threaded in. You know, do this one a couple turns and that one a couple turns until it stops. You'll feel it stop. And once it's there, make sure the parking brake's on, the machine's in neutral. Then you're going to take the belt, kind of pull it to the outside here, and just walk it off. And then there's your old belt, and we'll throw the new one on. Alright, so the belt's off. What we like to do, take green Scotch-Brite and go in to out, in to out, in to out. You don't ever want to go with the rotation of the belt. Do that on the secondary, which is easy to spin. And primary is going to be not going to spin because it's connected to the crank, but just in and out, in and out, in and out. Once you get that done, take brake clean and spray it on a rag in your hand. Don't spray brake clean on the clutches. Spray it in a rag on your hand, and then just wipe all the sheath faces down and let it dry good. We do wash our belts before we put them on. Washing your belt will just get all the grease and mold release and dirt and everything else that got in shipping. It's just a good idea to do it so it doesn't contaminate it. But yeah, we're ready to put our new belt on. Always put the letters on the belt or the numbers on the belt, whatever it is, the way you can read it. So you want to be able to read it from left to right. If you do put one on backwards, in the future, if you ever take it off, make sure to put it back on the direction it was going. It's kind of like a radial tire. You want it to go the way that it was going before. Excuse me. So take the belt, slip it over the primary like that, and then you want to drop it in the top and thread it on. And next we're going to take our bolts out, and I'll show you the last piece to do. Alright, so we've got the bolts out. and again, you can take one out all the way, and then the other one will kind of thread down to where the belt is. But so you got your new belt on. The important thing you want to do that a lot of people forget is you want to walk the secondary. I'll just spin it, and you can see how the secondary is riding up. The belt's riding up in the secondary, excuse me. You want to keep spinning it until it gets really tight. Because if you don't, and you crank your machine, it'll make the belt flop, and it can crack your box. But, nonetheless, new belt's on. We'll throw the cover back on. I like to break belts in, especially on a machine with this much horsepower. Ride it for 20 minutes in low. Vary the throttle. Don't floor it. Don't just idle around. That's not going to do anything. You want to go you know, quarter throttle, three-quarter throttle, quarter throttle, three-quarter throttle, because what you want to do is let the belt travel both sheaves as far as they can, and then let it cool off. Once you're done doing that for 20 minutes, just park it, let it cool off, and then you're ready to rip. But I do recommend breaking belts in, because if you don't, it never ends well. But that's it, guys. Not hard, super easy to do on the trail. You've got 10 millimeter bolts that go in the holes here, and then you need a 10 millimeter by 1.25 thread bolt, 2 of them to go in there. You can do it with 1, but 2's just, you know, makes it easier on the clutch. And that's all you really need. So throw a couple 10 millimeter by 1.25 thread bolts in your box and a spare belt, and you're good to go. We're running a test belt now to see how it likes it. You can see we've already got a primary plate on the front of it. It's a billet primary plate, so it makes it a little bit stiffer. We're going to offer that soon. But yeah, that's it, guys. It's not hard, super easy. Just make sure the belt's clean, blow your clutches out if you're at your shop, and that's it. Y'all have a good day.